Now, if I go back into the passage, I can look at paragraph 3, another paragraph that I understand, and find a quote that builds on this idea and that also supports the idea of it being exhausting. And I look in paragraph 3 and I find a quote that says, well, Einstein refused to accept his theory until his predictions were tested. One must seek out such findings. And I'm focusing on this phrase, one must seek out. If people must seek out their findings, that means that, again, they're tiring because you're seeking them out, you're going after them, right? So then another quote that I know that I can have is, one must seek out. Another piece of evidence. Now all I need to find out is the second body paragraph, the other strategies that he uses, and another way of describing or of saying how he characterizes scientific research. Now, in order to do that, I need to look at other parts of the paragraph. And let's say I don't understand this paragraph, I'm not going to look there. Let's say I'm not really sure what this paragraph's about, I'll move out of there. Really what I need to do is find something on this side of the page to analyze and talk about. Now let's say I only understand this last paragraph here, paragraph 7. Okay? The other ones are a little bit unclear to me. I go into this paragraph and I find another description of scientists, except this one's different. He's saying an investigator, a scientist, must make them work. Make what work? He must make experiments work, right? The less is known, the more one has to manipulate and even force experiments to yield an answer. So, yet again, describing the scientist, but this time, instead of describing the scientist's traits, he's describing their actions. And I have specific actions: manipulate, force, and make them. Those words, then, can factor in to my next idea. Force, manipulate, and make them are all used in the rhetorical choice to describe a scientist's actions. That's what Barry does. Now, if this is the case, and he describes scientists' actions in this way, then what I need to do is ask myself this question once again. If a scientist has to force things and manipulate them and make them work, and do things that require action, then what does that mean about scientific research? Well, it means that it's not only mentally exhausting, but it's also physically exhausting. So then there I have my second idea. And now I can form two body paragraphs. One around the idea of scientific research being mentally exhausting, and a second around the idea of scientific research being physically exhausting. And I got this evidence from paragraph 7, and body paragraphs 1 evidence from body paragraphs 2 and 3.